All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Lions Pit podcast. I am your host, Nick Gomez. With me today is the one and only Kemoy Anderson. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah. I appreciate you making the trek to come out here. Like I said, I know it's a bit of ways out, but I always tell people, I'm like, man, once you get out here, like the studio is beautiful. Like it's worth it to come out.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's a good experience just being here, seeing all the high-tech equipment. I could tell they put a lot of work in here.
Yeah, man. It's top notch. Like I'm really lucky to be in here. So we were talking a little bit off camera, but so let's get into you're in Asia now.
Yeah, I'm like in and out, back and forth. Spent a lot of time in Thailand. I got a place out there, and then I also have my place here in Austin. So if it's up to me, I will be in Thailand as long as I can. But there's always something to come back to do here in the States.
Yeah. What's your biggest priority here in the States when you come?
Competition, competing, and running my shows, Main Character Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, Main Character Jiu-Jitsu. How long has that been going on?
I think we just made 2 years out of the promotion. And a lot of people see it, they get this idea like we've been around for a while because everything just looks nice and well put together, but still pretty new, new in the game.
Yeah, I remember seeing, it was one of the early promotions you put on, and I was kind of surprised that it was like so young because it looked almost like a Fight to Win. Have you ever been to a Fight to Win or competed on Fight to Win?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They do a great show, man. They came to Albuquerque one of the last years I was out there, and ran it at the same venue that the UFC came out to out in Rio Rancho, and I was really impressed with that. So then when I saw yours, I was like, damn, this is like a young promotion, but you guys are really doing a good job with that.
Yeah, and speaking of Fight to Win, I'm in contact with the owner, Seth Daniels. Like he's been giving me a lot of game, a lot of guidance. So I don't want people to think I just woke up and just figure everything out myself. There's a lot of people, other promoters that helped me, gave me some good gem that helped me got to where I'm at right now.
Nice. Yeah, it's always good to see like promotion like that, not gatekeeping. Like if it's good that they're giving you advice and kind of like helping you along the way. Did you ever compete with them? How'd you get in touch with them?
Yeah, I competed for Seth plenty of times, so he knows me from just being one of his athletes. So, and then, once I started Main Character Jiu-Jitsu, it reached a lot of people, and then once they realized it was me that was running it, then
That's awesome. Where did you, was it in El Paso? You said, did you grow up in El Paso? Is that where you're from?
I'm from New York City, but
I was going to say, that didn't sound like an El Paso accent.
I came to El Paso in 2015 due to the military. I was in the U.S. Army, active duty. That's what brought me to El Paso. I was stationed in Fort Bliss. And then, this is a quick backstory. Then I moved to Austin, Texas in 2022.
Okay. What brought you here?
Just training, man. Like, I just felt like I got everything I could get out of El Paso, and it was time to like move on. And my choices was San Diego, California, or Austin, Texas. And I remember one of my training partners named David. He was like, Austin is popping right now. You got DDS moving there, John Danaher. You got Joe Rogan moving there. Mm-hmm. And he was like, it's way cheaper. You can save a lot of money. And I was like, yeah, that's true. It is cheaper to just stay in Texas. And then I just, just full send, and I just got a place in Texas, Austin.
Nice. Why were your two choices San Diego or Austin?
Because San Diego maybe still is. It's like the mecca of like, I don't want to say combat sports. Let's just say jiu-jitsu. Okay. It's a mecca of jiu-jitsu right now. All the best gyms is out there. All the best guys out there. But then Austin, Texas caught up, became the mecca of jiu-jitsu. So that's why those two places was my choices. And as you see, like every decision I make is towards my training and goals. So that's the reason why those two cities was the choices.
Okay, interesting. Because the first time I came out to Austin, I always thought that it had such a San Diego vibe. Like everyone's out and about, like good music, good food, very active city. Because I was born in California, like in LA area. But spent a pretty good amount of time in the San Diego area as well. So like coming out here, I was like, oh man, this kind of reminds me of San Diego. Like it's just a similar vibe, like kind of laid back, like nobody really like overly aggressive. Like Albuquerque is such a violent city. And like, so every time I'd come out here, I'd be like, man, this is like very San Diego. Like, so I was wondering if it was just like the vibe of the city, but I didn't know, I'd heard a lot of people going to San Diego to train, but I didn't realize it was like that big in the scene.
Yeah, man, it's huge, man. They was there before Austin was a thing.
Yeah.
And I think San Diego's still building. Like they still have a lot of good gyms out there. There's still a lot of people that's moving there. So yeah.
Yeah. It's expensive though, bro. It's so fucking expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's pricey, but
Austin ain't cheap either, though. I mean, coming from Albuquerque, like I was like, damn, man, Austin's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
but San Diego is a different animal.
Yeah, but hey, it's worth it sometimes. You got the beach. You got.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful weather like year round. Beautiful people too. So I've been hearing that Austin is like becoming the mecca for jiu-jitsu. Are you in that boat as well? Like you're like, yeah, Austin's the mecca.
Yeah, I think so, man, because we got so many good gyms out here, so many good guys. Like, if you look at the rankings right now, look at jiu-jitsu ranking, at least 30% of those guys are all in Austin, Texas.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I remember, with like DDS coming out and obviously like Gordon Ryan and all those dudes and then Craig Jones coming out. Is he still out here? Is he?
Craig is all over the place. Craig is kind of like me. Like we just travel and just see what we get into. Yeah. Or maybe I'm kind of like Craig, yeah.
No, Craig's kind of like you.
Nah, I just feel like he been doing that way before me. And he seems like he been having way more fun than me too. So I'm trying to catch up actually.
Yeah. So what are you doing out in Thailand?
Just living, man. Just tell a little backstory about Thailand.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I first discovered Thailand in 2018. I had this coworker. He was training just strictly Muay Thai. He went to Thailand to do a Muay Thai camp. And I was just watching everything from social media and it looked cool. It just looked like traditional Muay Thai, traditional Thailand, like the same ones that you see on the movies. If you watch those old school martial arts.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, Ambak, those kind of movies. If you watch that, like that's what the environment looked like. And I was like, yo, this is pretty cool. And at the time, I was fighting MMA. So I don't know if you know, before I even got into jiu-jitsu, I was fighting MMA.
Okay.
So at the time I was fighting MMA, and I would just ask him questions about like, hey man, like how you get there, how much it cost, And then I went online and started researching myself, and I was just bored in, man. I was like, I was on my way out the military. So the moment I signed out of the military is when I flew out. Like that same month I signed out was that same month I flew out to Thailand. So I flew out to Thailand. I spent 1 month there to do train Muay Thai and striking. Jiu-Jitsu wasn't even on my mind. Like I didn't even care about Jiu-Jitsu at that time. And ever since that trip, I just fell in love with the country. And then I just started coming back out every few months until everything kind of slowed down once COVID happened. Mm-hmm. But once everything opened back up, boom, the party started all over again. So that's what originally brought me out there. I originally came out there to train striking. I fell in love with the country. And then I just been there every few months until I just one day decided like, man, like it's getting expensive booking these hotels. I might as well just get a place. I just felt like I would save more money if I just had like an apartment versus booking a hotel for multiple months.
Yeah.
And then I just feel like, hey, it's now or never. Like, let's make the move. Like, let's just, sign a lease and just get a place out there and just make it official.
That's sick, man. I've been wanting to go for so long. I've had a couple of buddies that have gone now. And then I have a good friend, Mark Ettenberg. I was telling you, he's with Coalition Muay Thai.
Yeah.
He's out there pretty regularly. He's like certified through like Thai Boxing Association. Like he goes out there for to get certified through those promotions, and then he trains out there still. He just did Lethwei. Have you ever heard of Lethwei?
No.
It's like bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts in Myanmar. Yeah, dude, it's fucking rowdy. And like if you get knocked out, your corner can call a timeout to like revive you. And I want to say there's no judges. You either lose or throw in a towel, or win or throw in a towel.
I gotta look that up on YouTube.
Bro, Lethwei is wild. It's bare knuckle. There's a guy, I think his name's Dave LeDuc out of Canada. He became like the real big name in Lethwei. But yeah, bare knuckle Muay Thai with headbutts. And like I said, I don't think there's rounds, and I don't think there's judges. Like I think it's like you fight until you can't.
That sounds like such a Thailand thing too, man. Like if you watch those movies, that's exactly how those Thai prison fights was looking like, just like that. Just fight until somebody gives up or until somebody dies or something.
Dude, it's gnarly. The headbutt's like, they call it the art of 9 limbs because you can headbutt. Because Muay Thai, art of 8 limbs.
I mean, why not, man? Let's stimulate what it's like on the street. Because that's what everybody want to say martial arts is about, right? A stimulation of what it would be like if you get in a street fight.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Other than like, I mean, obviously there's still no takedowns or anything like that, but like the headbutt just adds such an interesting dynamic. To see guys hit mitts and throw like a combo and then throw in a headbutt in the combo, I'm like, this is the wildest shit I've ever seen.
So they throwing headbutts in the mitts too?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
like the focus mitts, dude, just headbutting the focus mitts. I'm like,
man. Amazing.
yeah. So my buddy Mark, he got in on that too. He's I want to say he's maybe 3-0 in BKFC, bare knuckle boxing. And the wildest thing about that is, dude's like tatted head to toe. He does all this wild shit, but he's got wife, kid, runs multiple businesses, like very well off. And I'm like, why are you doing this? He's just a wild man. Yeah, I love. But he's back and forth Thailand like months out of the year. He's like in Thailand.
Hey man, you get hooked to the country.
Yeah. Like I said, I really want to go check it out. I'm probably gonna make that a real effort this coming year. Like after, I might get on the next coalition card. It's coming to Austin in January. So I'm gonna get ready for that and then do a little traveling after that.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, man. I always tell everybody, you come to Thailand, you can't come for a week. You can't come for 2 weeks. You got to do a month. Because think about it, it's already going to take 5 to 7 days just to get adjusted to the time zone.
And it's like 2 days of travel, right? If you look at time zone and actual travel time.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already lost a week of just sleeping and getting adjusted. Then you're going to need all those other days to travel around, visit islands. You want to go here, go there. So you need a solid month to really get the best out of the trip.
Yeah. I see you rocking the Bang Tao shirt. Is that which gyms have you trained out there, and like what's been your experience with those?
So when I first came to Thailand, I was training at popular gym, Tiger Muay Thai. You probably heard of it. And then I think once COVID happened, some of the coaches and the trainers at Tiger, they just decided, like no activity was going on. So that was the best time for people to get inspired and create. They just decided to just do their own thing and open up their own gym. And that's Bang Tao Muay Thai and MMA. So I just been with those guys, those are the guys that I started with in Thailand.
Oh, sick.
And we just continue what we was doing in Bang Tao.
Okay, that's sick. I love their like look. Like everything's like very vibrant with their colors and stuff.
Yeah, man. I think the difference between Tiger and Bang Tao was like Tiger's more ran by like Thai people, and Bang Tao's more ran by like foreigners and just like non-Thais.
Yeah, and we were talking about Volkanovski. You said he's like one of the head guys there.
I think he's like some kind of partner in the gym.
Okay.
He's actually out there a lot. Like he's out there with his family a lot, training, just chilling. So
okay. Were you out there when John was out there, John Jones?
Nah, I never made it when John was there.
Yeah, I know he went there after the Stipe fight because that was like the big thing. They kept showing him doing that like spinning heel kick that he dropped Stipe with.
Was it Stipe he was talking about?
Actually,
he came out there twice. Yeah, you're right. He came out there twice.
Okay. I only know the one time. Like I said, I remember seeing clips of John posting and everyone was asking about like the spinning heel kick. And he's like, yeah, we trained that all camp.
Yeah, he came out there twice. Yeah, John, he likes Thailand, man. I could tell he has a lot of fun when he's out there.
Yeah, it seems like a place to have fun.
Get to be away from America. Don't got to worry about these American laws. Get to do your thing. Nobody's watch you. Maybe nobody recognize you. You get to be normal for a little bit.
Yeah. And I hear it's significantly cheaper out there. Obviously, like travel and stuff's different, but like to stay out there and like to eat out there.
Yeah, man. Like I always tell everybody, like you get to decide how you want to eat. You could eat like, like a normal person and like save money, which is gonna be very cheap, or you could eat like a king, which obviously gonna be pricey. But you don't have to eat like a king. You could come out there and not have much money and still survive. But a lot of people that travel out there, they want that king lifestyle still.
Yeah. I mean, like just following like random people online, you see shit like, oh, 4-star hotel, this much. It's like, boy, like I always hear like my buddy's like, nah, man, you can stay here for, X amount of dollars a night. You can get this whole meal for like $6, like this kind of stuff. And I'm like, damn, I gotta go try that out.
I'm telling you, man, every time I go to Thailand, I just get fat. It's just, it's hard to say no to everything. Like such good food, man. Like good food. The partying, the tequila, it's just. It's just
tequila.
slop,
you had me at tequila. Like, what do they drink out there?
I'm telling you, bro. Like, I always like people don't understand. Like, I'm in good shape, and I go to Thailand, and I gain all this weight, and everybody see me like, oh, you're bigger than last time. Yeah, because I'm living like a freaking king.
That's hilarious. Do they have any sort of jiu-jitsu scene out there?
Oh yeah, they do. They actually have a little bit of everything. I feel like martial arts in general in Thailand just grew so much. It's not just Muay Thai dominating no more. Once MMA became a thing and became popular, we started getting the jiu-jitsu. There's even gyms out there that's just pure jiu-jitsu.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, there's good jiu-jitsu. They even have tournaments out there too.
Oh, hell yeah. Have you competed?
Yeah, I competed out there before.
Nice. Do you do any like teaching out there?
Yeah, sometimes I teach like at Bang Tao, whenever they need me, whenever like somebody's out or something, I'll fill in. But I'm not really looking to be like a full-time coach or anything because I don't want to be in another country locked down. I'm in Thailand. Yeah. I need to be free.
Yeah. You're like, I'm out there for the freedom.
Right. Exactly. Right. Yeah. What I look like, go to another country and locked into a 5-day schedule. Nah, I can't do that.
Nah. Yeah. I was curious about that. Now, kind of on the other side of that, with jiu-jitsu becoming such a big thing here, do you think MMA is going to start like growing more and more in Austin?
I think so, man. Like, it's so funny. Like 2 years ago, MMA wasn't like a focus in Austin, but now guys like Cody Steele, now promotions like Fury, those entities right there, they making more gyms want to create an MMA program because it's just more opportunities to fight MMA. So there's more guys, there's more MMA fighters that's moving here. Maybe to be in Texas so they can fight on Fury, or maybe for whatever reason, and they want to fight MMA. So MMA is definitely slowly building in Austin, Texas. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be as big as jiu-jitsu, but it's there. There's a lot of MMA fighters out here.
Yeah, some young talent for sure. Like you brought up Cody Steele, and then you look at guys like Jackson Glass, a 17-year-old out of Ambush, and then even Austin Hines, like those young kids, he's 3-0, like as an amateur, and I think he's getting a title shot next.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I heard he's about to fight for the belt.
Yeah,
cool.
I told him, I was like, you get the title, I'll have you on the podcast. I told that to Cade too, Cade Foradori. I'm like, all right, you guys win the strap, like I'll get you on the podcast. Yeah, it'll be funny though, man, because it's so interesting to me to see this new age of like Jackson or Austin, kids that like grew up in the scene. Because how old are you?
36.
36. Okay, I'm 38. So it used for the longest time, it was like, who's just the toughest guy in MMA, right? And then you start to see like, now you're starting to see like athletes come in, like a guy like Dallas Dodd, who comes from like a basketball background, and you're starting to see like this athleticism transferring into MMA. It's really cool to see because you're seeing like a Sean O'Malley. Like that guy moves like a basketball player, but obviously he's a super nasty striker. So it's interesting to see this continuous evolution. It's such a young sport, like on the grand scale of things. Like you look at like baseball, it's been around since like the 1800s. MMA is like really just now kind of getting bigger with like, obviously the ESPN contract is expiring and they're about to be on Paramount. But like once it got onto ESPN, it's like, oh, like now everyone's kind of getting a look at this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm really not surprised about these young fighters coming up dominating the sport because I feel like the more resources we have out there and the more opportunities, the earlier people going to start versus back in the days where maybe not many gyms out there. You got to drive like 3 hours to another town just to train. You know what I'm saying? Like it's harder, but now just so much opportunities, so much resources, so much promotions out there. So it's easier for a young kid to want to train and like start fighting the moment they reach 17 or 18.
Yeah. And I mean, you're seeing chains like a Gracie Baja. I mean, I just realized there's one in New Braunfels. I'm like, New Braunfels is such like it's becoming a bigger town, but it's like such a country town. Like to see one in New Braunfels, there's a Gracie Baja in Buda. So like you're saying, like these kids are having access to these places at a very young age, especially on the grappling side of things. Like I'm not the biggest fan. Obviously in Thailand, it's very different. Like you see young kids like really scrapping. But here, I think, obviously like the development of the brain, I think starting on a grappling side of things is a better approach if you want to do it for longevity. Obviously Thailand, they're fighting for money out there. But here, like I said, seeing a guy like Austin who's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was like 4 or 5 years old. And I think that's such a skill set too. Like everyone, knowing that I do strength and conditioning for fighters, like people like on the gym scene, they're like gen pop and not on the fight side. They always ask me like, well, what should I do? I'm like, jiu-jitsu. I can't do jiu-jitsu because my shoulders are shit. I'll train like 2 or 3 times in a week for jiu-jitsu, and I'll have to take like 3 weeks off because my shoulder. I played baseball my whole life.
Yeah.
But I always tell people, I'm like, do jiu-jitsu. You can do it forever, even if you don't want to compete. Like it's the most applicable for street scenarios, like we talked about. But also, if you do want to compete, there's masters divisions. You're not gonna have to worry about brain damage. Obviously, your joints are gonna be shit. Your fingers are gonna be crooked as hell. But like, you can do it forever.
Yeah, man, that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu right there. There's an age group for everybody, you know what I mean? And longevity. I think that's what separates jiu-jitsu from all other sports.
Yeah. At what age did you start getting into MMA?
I started, I guess, like when I was like 14.
Okay. And when you were still in New York at that time?
Yeah, started off just wrestling and in high school. Then after that, we got into sort of slowly training some gyms and stuff, and then I just kept going. I just never stopped.
Nice. And then, but now you mainly focus on Muay Thai. I'm sorry, Jiu-Jitsu. Or
yeah, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
And
my last MMA fight was 2019.
Okay. Where was that?
That was actually in Albuquerque. Actually.
Oh no shit.
Wait, is that considered Albuquerque? What's that casino called? The Buffalo Thunder.
Oh, Buffalo Thunder's in Santa Fe.
Okay, so that's still New Mexico. Okay,
so, yeah. Just it's like probably 45 minutes north of Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And they used to have like some real like LFA used to come through there all the time. King of the Cage would come through, and King of the Cage is kind of whatever.
King of the Cage. That was like the number one promotion back in the day. Yeah. Are they still around?
I don't know. I saw one maybe like 2018, 2019, and I don't feel like I haven't seen any since. Like I know they kind of had like a pretty good presence in Albuquerque. Like I think Carlos Condit was on King of the Cage for a while.
Yeah, I think everybody was on.
Ray Borg, yeah.
I think even Rampage was on at some time.
Yeah, probably. It was really cool. Like I'm a late fan into MMA. Like I didn't really know much about it until I started training Claudia Gadelha. I was telling you about that earlier. When I first started training her head coach, Chris Luttrell out of Albuquerque, he invited me to the gym to come train. He's like, yeah, come take a class. And I was like, what should I take? He's like, we got a Muay Thai class tonight. I was like, all right, sick. I had no idea what it was. Like if you would have asked me at that time, what was the difference between Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu? Like I would have had no idea. And this was like 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
But then like once I got into it and started training more fighters, it just like, it like just took over my life. Like it's funny, everyone out here kind of knows me as like an MMA strength coach, but in Albuquerque, everyone knows me as a baseball player. Like I didn't know anything about MMA until like 2017. I used to watch old school boxing, like Muhammad Ali, like ESPN classic stuff.
Yeah.
And sumo wrestling. Like when I lived in California as a kid, it'd be like late night on TV. We'd like look for like pennies in the couch cushions and like bet pennies on the sumo wrestling. But other than that, I didn't know shit about MMA.
Yeah, man.
But it's engulfed my life since then. And like I said, it's really cool to see the names that have come through Albuquerque. Like the fact that like GSP was there and Overeem was there. Like all these big names come through. And then obviously you look at like John Cowboy, Carlos Condit. It's been so cool to watch. The first fighter I ever actually met was Rashad Evans.
Yeah, Rashad.
Yeah, he was training in Albuquerque, and everyone's like, "Oh, dude!" I was working at a restaurant, and my manager was like, "Oh, Rashad Evans is sitting out there," and I was thinking at the time, I was like, "What team does he play for?" Because I thought he was a football player. I thought because there was like some linebacker that was like something Evans, I think, that played for the Bills, and I was like, "What team does he play for?" My manager's like, "Dude, he's a light heavyweight champ. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, fuck, I don't know." So you said you spent a little time in Albuquerque training?
I wouldn't say I spent time there, but I have been there here and there training and competing.
Yeah, that's like the sport. Because like talking about like the potential of MMA blowing up here in Austin, in New Mexico, like that's it. Like you look at 9 out of 10 pro athletes that come out of New Mexico are MMA guys.
I mean, it makes sense when you got such a powerhouse gym like Jackson Wink. It dominated the city. Like if anybody shows up there, it's gonna be just for that.
Yeah,
kids leaving high school thinking about that's where they want to go.
That, and I mean, most guys in New Mexico are built like me. A bunch of short Hispanic dudes.
Yeah.
You know, no one's going to the NFL built like me.
Yeah,
most guys aren't. We have, I think, 2 or 3 guys Major League Baseball. Nobody in basketball. Maybe 1 or 2 guys in the NFL. Like out of the entire state of New Mexico.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, most guys are built like me, and that tends to lean towards wrestling or, like I said, growing up in Albuquerque, a lot of guys just grow up kind of fighting anyway. So it is kind of like a natural transition for like the New Mexico kid to like wrestle in high school, get into MMA.
Yep.
Yeah. But like kind of we were talking about, like some of these gyms start to get some drama going on.
Yeah, man. Like I always tell everybody, this just from growing up in the sport, like I feel like it's always like some kind of drama. Like it happens. But I've done seen people prosper from a gym drama. For example, somebody get kicked out of a gym, they just say fuck it and open up their own spot and become super successful. I've seen that so many times, man. That's why when I see guys leave a gym, like I just know what happens next is up to them because I've seen it so many times. Somebody leave a gym and they boom, blow up, open up their own spot. Now they got like a powerhouse gym.
Yeah. I mean, that happened for a moment. I was talking about Latrell Yee MMA. That's where I did my Muay Thai training with Coach Yee of the Latrell Yee. But Chris Latrell came from Jackson Wink, or from Jackson, Greg Jackson's, before Winklejohn joined the scene. But I want to say he was like the first black belt under Greg Jackson. And he was like the main wrestling coach at Jackson's for a long time. Like all like John Jones and John Dodson, like all those guys like came up wrestling with Chris Latrell.
Yeah.
And then, drama happened and he went and opened up his own gym and it was Latrell Yee MMA. And they had several UFC fighters come through there. Claudia she had 2 full camps there. There were 2 or 3 local guys. I was talking about Jordan Espinoza, Jerome Rivera. And then even guys like Hannon Barao came through. Juicier Formiga came through. Like there were some dudes that came through there. And that was, again, because of gym drama.
Yeah, man. And that's just how it is, man. I feel like some guys is in the back of their mind that they want to run their own business, but they kind of comfortable where they at until something happens that puts them in a position where they don't really have much choices but to open up their own spot, or they just get motivated. Like, you know what? All right, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm just going to open up my own spot then. I'll be at my own place.
Yeah.
And guys become successful. Like a lot of guys just need that push. They need to get kicked the fuck out of a gym to reach their full potential. I've seen it.
We might be seeing it now with what's going on in Austin. I mean, we have my good buddy Andrew Craig. He's starting Lost Boys Fight Club, and they look like they already have like a pretty good stable of fighters.
I mean, that's just how it is, man. Like once a guy just been that guy for so long, that create that culture, that bond with the team, wherever you go, those guys are always gonna be there with you.
Yeah. Yeah, there is like a good amount of loyalty.
Yeah, that's just how it works, man. Like, and especially with MMA fighters, man. MMA fighters, they paranoid, man. If you change one little thing, it's gonna get into their head. They're gonna, you know what I'm saying? They paranoid, so they need to maintain everything the same. Whatever brought them to success, they need to maintain that, or they just gonna feel out of place. Mm-hmm. So I think to those guys, it's super important they stay with those same coaches, that same routine. Especially guys that's getting ready to fight soon, like. That's the last thing you want to do, change up your coaching staff like right before you fight. So yeah, I'm not surprised he got a good squad with him.
Yeah. And a lot of those guys are having, a pretty good amount of success. So I'll be very curious. I'm gonna go there actually tomorrow and do some Muay Thai sparring. But I'll be curious to see how that continues to evolve and continues to grow. And I mean, if anything else, it's just going to bring more and more to the city, kind of like we were talking about. Whether MMA gets to the level of jiu-jitsu here, probably not. But doesn't hurt to have another MMA gym because there's few true MMA gyms. There's a lot of jiu-jitsu camps. Mm-hmm. There's a couple of Muay Thai gyms or kickboxing gyms, but there's not a ton that encompasses everything.
Yeah, there's not that much.
Yeah, so it'll be, like I said, I think Dallas has a decent scene. What's a safe... what the heck's his name? The coach out there.
From what gym?
It's not where Kevin Holland trained. Kevin Holland is out of Houston, isn't he?
Houston, yeah.
Yeah, him and Derek Lewis. But oh gosh, I was supposed to train a female fighter, a UFC girl.
Was it in Dallas?
In Dallas, Saif Sahoud, something like that.
Yeah.
God, I think it's something like that. But I think he's got a decent name in the industry. I think there's a couple of UFC fighters out of his gym.
Yeah, yeah, man. Texas have a lot of UFC fighters like people don't even know about that. They train right here in Texas.
Yeah. I think Fury's doing a good job with that, man. There's a couple guys that have been called up from Fury to the UFC.
Oh, yeah,
like a Cody Steele.
For sure. It wasn't like that when I was fighting, man. We didn't have all these opportunities, all these promotions. We didn't have live streaming. We didn't have all this, Instagram stuff. So
UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, we didn't have all that. So guys are real. I'm just able to look at what it was like before and what it's like right now. Guys are real lucky. They don't even realize it. Like right now, you could study your opponent. You could look up like stuff on the internet. Back then,
Yeah.
you can't find nothing. You'll be lucky if you find something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I get like the measurements on the dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't find nothing.
Yeah, there's no YouTube highlights and shit. What was the biggest promotion you fought for?
Was that King of the Cage? That we did. Where was that at? That was in Albuquerque.
Buffalo Thunder was probably...
No, it wasn't even that. I did an amateur fight for King of the Cage.
Okay.
And I think that was in Albuquerque. It was I didn't even like that. The venue was way too big, bro. You probably know the one I'm talking about. Like, to even walk to the cage is like a long walk.
Yeah.
You know the venue I'm talking about?
It might have been the state fairgrounds.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was like and it was just, I feel like it was just too big of a venue, for MMA. Like, it
wasn't at a casino, that one?
No, it wasn't at a casino.
Okay,
it wasn't able to get filled up. It was just too big of a venue.
Yeah, it was probably the state fairgrounds. Because I know the first time the UFC came to Albuquerque, they were at the state fairgrounds, and that was like a big complaint because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the fighters had to walk from one building to a different to the actual arena itself. So they had to like go outside for a bit and then come like back inside. And Dana White hated that. And I think honestly, I shit you not, I think there's like 2 bathrooms in that whole building. So that was like another big complaint, like when the UFC came to town. So right before COVID, I think it was the last card before COVID hit, was a card in Albuquerque, and it was Kemoy Anderson got knocked out by Jan Blachowicz and like him and John Jones like had a moment, because that was when John was still at light heavyweight. And I think that's why they wanted to have it in
John
Albuquerque.
Fight on that card?
No.
Damn, in Albuquerque and John's not on that?
No, Ray Borg fought on that card. Devin Clark?
Sounds familiar.
He was definitely built like a linebacker, man. He was a stud. He was a light heavyweight guy out of like South Dakota.
Yeah.
But he was in Jackson's for a long time. And then I think John Dodson also fought on that card. So they had a couple of Albuquerque guys. But no, John was in attendance because the main event was a contender fight for light heavyweight. Like I said, it's Kemoy Anderson. I think it was his last fight.
Oh, so it wasn't a pay-per-view. It was like
no, it was like a fight night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't see UFC, they have like specific places where they make their really big show.
Yeah, there's nothing big enough in Albuquerque to hold a pay-per-view card. Like I know Vegas have the T-Mobile Arena.
Right.
Yeah, I think Dallas and Houston, they host some big ones.
Right.
Man, I saw Adesanya and Whitaker fight in Houston. That was dope.
What venue is that?
I want to say that's where the Rockets play.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I saw, it was Leon Edwards and Rafael Dos Anjos fight in San Antonio at the Spurs Arena. Yeah, that was a sick card. It was obviously before Leon was champ, but that was the main event for that one. So Texas got some good fights, man. Yeah. It's very interesting to see because like there's so many athletes that come out of here.
Yeah.
So do you have any interest in opening your own gym?
Nah, I don't think so, bro. Because it goes back to what I was saying about being a full-time coach. Because you open up your own gym, you gotta be locked in. You gotta be there every single day. It gotta be your face people see when they walk into that building. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're gonna open up your own gym, you can't still have motivations to travel, to go here, to do that. Like, you gotta be all in if you want to be successful, at least. Mm-hmm. Until you could build up like a good assistant coach that could hold it down when you got to step away or something. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just too passionate in the sport. Like I would, a lot of stuff would bother me. You know what I mean? I just care too much about it. Mm-hmm. So probably not.
No.
Who knows? Maybe in the far future when I'm just like old and broken and can't drink tequila like I used to no more, can't sit on a 16-hour flight no more.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm like, you know what? Let me take a seat and just train some old man jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, when you settle down.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like you say, you got to be, especially like if you're opening it and you're a name or you're a presence in the industry.
Yeah.
Like people expect to see you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be the face of that. So what made you want to start your own promotion?
It actually happened by accident. Like, it was not my plan. I was not trying to be a business owner. So I had a guy with me. He was he helped me with a lot of content and streaming and stuff. And we were just trying to make like a YouTube video of like guys in the gym, just like a mock tournament. Like we put together a little tournament in the gym just for YouTube, just to, play around, see how much views we could get with it. And then the tournament actually turned out to be like legit. Like it was like official. Everything was well organized, well ran. There was even some money up. People was putting up bounties and stuff. It was like really good. And then I was talking to Curtis about it, who's the owner of 10th Planet Austin, and he was like, "Yo, you should make this a thing." I'm like, "What? What do you mean a thing?" He's like, "You should make it a thing. Like, put a name to it, make a promotion." And then I don't know. I went home and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I guess. Why not? Why not? If I was able to do just one for fun, maybe I can do it officially. And then I came up with a name. At first, I was playing around with different names, and I just said Main Character. Like, I just need something different, something that represent me also. And I feel like I'm a main character, right?
Yeah.
So Main Character, and then the acronyms make sense. MCJJ. So I'm like, yes.
Oh, nice.
That's the one. So, yeah, we did our first show right there in 10th Planet Austin. And everything was great. And then from there, I just kept going. But like I said, it was never my intention to be a business owner. I never woke up and wanted to do this. It was just something that just started for fun, and it turned into something.
Yeah, is it a passion of yours now?
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it a passion. I would more say it's stressful to do. Like it's not easy. It's very stressful. Like, but once everything is rolling, once it's showtime, it's fun. And, it feels good to be there. It feels good to look at everything and say, I did that. I put that together.
Yeah.
I put this shit together.
Yeah.
Brick by brick.
Hell
That's
yeah.
a scene from a show, by the way. But yeah, it feels good, man. Cause like I said, I never thought I would do anything important. I just thought I would just be a competitor, be a little goon, a little, you know what I'm saying? My whole life just competing and just trying to murder people. But yeah, here we are, man, giving opportunities to athletes. Yeah. Main Character Jiu-Jitsu.
Dude, I love that name. I was going to ask you if you were like a gamer, if that's what that came from.
I am a gamer, but it didn't come from a game. It just came from like personality.
Yeah,
I just
main
feel
character
like,
life.
Right. I feel like everything's about personality, man. And honestly, one thing that separates my promotion from everybody else, I try to tap into the athlete's personality. I motivate them to like show us your true main character, show us your personality. Like I tell them, like when it's media day, when you got a camera in front of you, say what you want to say.
Yeah.
If you want to be annoying, be annoying. If you win your match and you want to yell and shake the camera, you do so. You want to put your middle finger up, you do so. If you want to call somebody out, you do so.
Hell yeah.
I want guys to feel comfortable. I don't want them to feel like they on ESPN and they got to be on their best behavior because they don't want to get a fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a fuck, man? We the athletes. This promotion is ran by athletes. We could do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah. And I feel like jiu-jitsu tends to lean to that culture of like, just wild dudes.
Not really, man. Jiu-jitsu is very boring.
Well, I mean, the sport itself is like chess, right? And that, like, I was, because again, growing up playing baseball, I kind of compare it to jiu-jitsu. Like, if you don't know what's going on, it's going to be boring as fuck.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but if you know the little intricacies, like me being a catcher in college, like, I watch the catcher, and the catcher's doing something every play in baseball. And again, if you don't know what's going on with every little movement in jiu-jitsu, you're the fucking guy in the stands booing. Mm-hmm. And I hate that shit.
I mean, I feel like somebody that don't know jiu-jitsu or don't even have a connection to jiu-jitsu, they probably wouldn't even be at a jiu-jitsu event to begin with.
Yeah.
So we don't got to worry about that. But a lot of people in jiu-jitsu, they trying to change it. They want to make it a spectator-friendly sport. I don't think that would never happen.
Yeah.
It would never happen. Like, they want to build the sport. They want to, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's either you know about it and you like it or you don't. Like, why do we care so much if somebody else want to get into it? Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you either like it or you don't. Yeah. I don't care who finds it boring, and I'm still gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Because again, I appreciate like the art of it. Like as little as I've probably done maybe like 50 jiu-jitsu classes in my life.
Yeah.
But training fighters and like watching it go down like in a UFC fight or an MMA fight, I'm always intrigued. I'm like, oh, what are they working towards? But that's where you get like the common fan or the casual fan that's like, oh, stand him up. I'm like, no, he's in a good position. Like something's about to happen. You can't stand him up right now.
Right. And
I kind of feel that way with clinch too. Like if guys are in being a Muay Thai guy, obviously if people are inactive in clinch, break them up. But like, man, watch the hands. Like they're pummeling for position, or if they're like throwing little shots in there, like let them figure it out. That's what I like about Muay Thai versus like kickboxing or even boxing, because boxing you can't really clinch up either. So like I said, me and also my 2 Muay Thai fights, I've been significantly shorter than my opponent. So like clinch is kind of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And so like I like seeing that kind of shit. And I actually had a coach one time when I was doing jiu-jitsu, he knew that I was coming from the Muay Thai side. And he was like, think of it like clinch on the ground, like work your hands, like fight for position. I was like, oh, that actually makes a little bit of sense. So I kind of like that.
Like me, I don't mind it when like casuals yell, stand them up. I don't, because you're a spectator. You want to see some kind of movement. Even though something is about to happen, you just don't know what it is. I don't mind you yelling, stand them up, because you want to be entertained. Jiu-jitsu can be boring, and that's just what it is. And I feel like I've seen a lot of matches where it wasn't a lot of action, but me as a fan, I'm still getting something out of it. Yeah. I'm still watching. I'm still, you know what I mean? You might not see a submission, you might not see a crazy slam or whatever, but something important is still going on. And it's just like that sometimes. Sometimes you just got 2 guys that's equally matched and their skills just cancel each other out. You might not get the viral submission that you want. And it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're not always going to get the highlight, but a win's a win, you know? And at the end of the day, like you're looking to boost your record to get into a better position.
Right.
Do you have any guys that on the scene right now that like you like to watch? Like, oh man, so and so's rolling tonight. I want to go watch that guy.
Yeah, we got this guy at B Team, which is now Simpleman Jiu-Jitsu, Nick Mataya. He's a entertaining guy to watch compete. He's just one of those guys where you could always guarantee like a finish. You could guarantee a finish. It's just everything he do is with intentions. You know what I mean? Like he's just his intention is just to get to a finish.
Yeah.
He's actually competing for me soon. Also, he's gonna be main events in my next show in February, which is gonna be in Dallas Fort Worth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got a show called Side Quest. Side Quest is like you know how UFC they got their pay-per-views and then they got their fight nights. So Side Quest is like the fight night of Main Character. So yeah, Nick Matai, he's definitely a guy to look out for, man. Very entertaining guy, man. He's just like one of those silent assassins. Like you're not gonna really see much personality from him, but he's always gonna be fun to watch though.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like always trying to lean towards fighters that have a skill set that I either have or would like to have. Like I loved watching Cowboy fight. I like to watch like the Muay Thai guys. Even though Carlos Condit's not like a traditional Muay Thai guy, his striking was just so tricky that I loved watching Carlos Condit fight. So yeah, I was curious, like who do you like on the scene? Like who do you like to watch? So that's good to hear, especially as a local guy.
I feel the same way too about like MMA. Like I love watching the grapplers. Like I love a lot of people. I don't know if you saw the event, the pay-per-view last week.
This past weekend?
Yeah. With Islam. A lot of people was calling it boring, but that was amazing to me, man. Like I just like that. I like seeing a guy just dominate a champion or just dominate anybody, because it's just 2 sides to it. I also want to see what this person can do to stop that grappler. Like, what are you going to do? Yeah. Because both sides are super important. You want to see if the grappler could take down the striker, and you want to see if the striker could stop the grappler.
Yeah. Because, I mean, look at like, although Alex Pereira hasn't fought like too many like pure grapplers, but that's a guy that's like pretty much a pure striker and is now has in 4 years has built a Hall of Fame career. I mean, I think in 4 years he's had 6 title fights.
Yeah, man.
Don't get me wrong, I'm sure his grappling is nice. I mean, he'd beat my ass, but like, let's be honest, he's pretty much a pure striker.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty impressive, man. I feel like he deserved like all the fame, all the glory that comes in, because he just goes out there and do it, you know. And I don't think he ever had a boring fight yet. Has he ever?
No. His loss to
but that's the loss. So
it was to Ankalaev.
Yeah,
but I think he came in injured. He was either injured or had staph or something. He looked slow that fight. Someone said he might have had a broken hand. But then he came back and just absolutely laid it to Ankalaev in the rematch. Like in the first 2 minutes, like slept his ass.
They also say he was injured during that fight.
Oh,
Ankalaev.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's
always a story, right?
Yeah. I just feel like if you say yes to a fight, we all gonna assume you 100%.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Who beats Islam?
I don't think anybody beats him. I think he's gonna have a Khabib career. He's just gonna end up retiring on top.
Yeah,
it's just hard to stop like a high level wrestler, man.
Yeah, that relentless like Dwash Willie.
And it's not even like there's different levels of wrestling. There's the ones where they try to back you up against the cage and try to take you down from there. And there's the one where they could just shoot in the center and boom, take you down. And it's quick shots too. It's hard. The ones that could shoot wherever, those are the hardest one because you just never know when it's gonna come and it'll be quick shots. Like I really don't see anybody beating because he's just so well rounded, man. Like he got good striking, good footwork. And so you're already thinking about the striking, and now you got to think about wrestling too. He got good submission. It's just too much going on. Like I honestly do not see anybody beating him.
What if Hamzat? Yeah, Chimaev.
Yeah.
What if he comes back down to 170?
That'd be. I think.
Aren't they boys though?
I think. Nah, they're just Muslim.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they kind of had like a something about that where they said they wouldn't fight because they're Muslim. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I think that's only if they train together.
Gotcha.
But I think Islam would beat Hamzat.
Really? Hamzat's huge.
Because but now we talking about him at 170 now though.
Yeah.
I just feel like Islam just have a better gas tank. He can be able to keep pushing the pace. He can be able to keep scrambling.
Yeah, he does have a better gas tank.
You know, it's a lot, man. Trying to like grapple and scramble, get up and get back striking. Yeah. I think he will just outwork Hamzat.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Shavkat Rakhmonov?
I know of him, but I never really watched most of his fights.
I think he's a true 170 that could give him some problems.
You think? Why him?
I think so, man.
What's his wrestling defense like?
His wrestling's nasty.
What's his wrestling defense
like?
Like?
Defense?
He never been tested in that department.
I don't think he's been tested that much, to be honest with you. I don't think he's fought Usman yet. I'd have to look at his record, but
I don't think he's
I've seen his grappling though, and his grappling is nasty, and he comes from a grappling background.
Don't
get me wrong, Islam's him, and he's also, I think, a natural 170 for his size.
Yeah,
he looked big. He looked bigger than Jack on Saturday night. Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can give Islam any trouble, man. Like he just got too much going on, man. Yeah. He's too well rounded,
and he's also that guy. Like that is his lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Like he's not occupied by anything else.
Yeah,
like he's champion. He's got Khabib in his ear. Like. That's his life. Like he's not out doing press conferences and tours and shit like that. So yeah, I agree. I do agree. I like to play devil's advocate and be like, well, what if something happens?
Yeah, bro. But then again, the funny thing is, anything happen in MMA, right?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody give him, catch him on the jaw, then boom, he falls.
Yeah, a nice little uppercut on the way in or a knee.
But I feel like, I don't know, Islam just fights so smart, man. Like the movement, it's like when you're moving, right, it's kind of hard. I mean, once again, any wild random thing can happen, but he makes it hard. Kind of like how John was fighting. It was hard to really catch John. John just had good distance, good everything.
Yeah. And also, John was a junior college national champion wrestler.
Yeah.
I think he's the only guy that ever took down DC. I don't know if anybody else ever did. I think the only guy that's ever taken down John, coincidentally, or oddly enough, is Gustafson.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was like kind of an odd thing.
Was that a full takedown or John got back up?
I think it was counted as a full takedown.
Yeah, what they count versus
what I count. There was no sort of control. I think John got up pretty quick. I don't think John was ever in any danger, but like it was a technical takedown. I don't think DC ever got taken down at heavyweight either.
I don't think so.
Yeah, John's a freak, man. He was so fun to work with. Like such a cool dude. Honestly, probably like the nicest fighter I ever worked with. Like just a cool dude, did a lot for his coaches, like really took care of them. But like we'd like kind of like move around like shadow spar a little bit. Bro, he's so fucking long. It's crazy. Like he'd like kind of like squat down, he got down to my height and he's like reaching me from like, my kicks can't reach him. And he's like tapping me. I'm like, damn, man, this is nuts.
Yeah, man.
I think he's taller than 6'4". He was listed at 6'4", but like I'd walk next to him and I'd be like, bro, you're like 6'5".
But you next to him is gonna
what are you trying to say?
Make him look taller.
What are you trying to say?
You're not the tallest guy around.
Yeah, I know. But I also we did train a heavyweight out of Jackson Wing. He was 6'6", but for fight reasons, he'd always list himself at 6'4". He's like, nobody wants to fight a 6'6" guy. And so I always kind of thought, I'm like, I feel like John's a little bit taller, but maybe not. But John's just, again, and we were kind of talking about it, like his work ethic is second to none. Outside of the ring, it's whatever. But like in the gym and in the ring, like, bro, that was the office.
I mean, I'm not surprised, man. Guy don't becomes a champion by accident, you know, like those from just growing up wrestling, I seen all the guys that made it far to like the stage. Those guys, their lifestyle is always different than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I know what that's about. So I know everything John do, his mindset, everything. I know it got to be different than everybody else. Same thing for guys that made it to the Olympics. You know what I mean? That's why a guy could go from just straight wrestling, Olympics, and come to MMA and be successful. It's just that mindset, the work ethic is just so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also feel like guys that come from a wrestling background, having that like lifelong one-on-one like combat experience gives them a pretty good advantage. Because like me, my first Muay Thai fight, coming from a baseball background, my first Muay Thai fight, I'm getting in there, I'm like, damn, this shit's different. Like, this is wild. But like wrestlers, like, you're used to it, just you and one guy just staring at you from across the mat.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Growing up wrestling and getting into MMA, it's kind of like a cheat code because like, you know you could dictate the fight if you just take him down.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta eat a little punch, you know. You know, once you get your arms around that person, they going down.
Yeah. You think Gable Stevenson's got a chance at making some noise?
It's hard to say. He hasn't really. We gotta see what he looks like in like a full striking battle.
Yeah, he did that dirty boxing. Did you see that?
Yeah, but wasn't that like a few seconds of fighting?
Yeah, he slept that dude pretty quick.
Right. So I understand what they doing with him. They not trying to rush him. You know what I mean? Which is good, but at some point you got to give him somebody that's like a good striker. You know?
Yeah, and also throwing some kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's he gonna? I mean, we just saw Bo Nichols, right? Get that head kick knockout. That was nasty.
I think out of all the wrestlers, both probably having like the best success now. Like all the guys that came strictly from wrestling, because they threw him right in there, man. They gave him the top of the top, and then he's not just in there trying to like dominate with his wrestling. Like the guy can strike, he can knock people out.
Yeah, he's had a couple like TKOs and knockouts. Yeah. He's 85.
Yeah, fights 75.
I was gonna say, how about him in Islam? But I guess that probably won't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Is Islam your favorite like MMA fighter to watch right now?
To watch? Nah, it's not him. Who is my favorite to watch right now? I don't know. I don't think I have a specific favorite because there's a lot of guys like I like watching Ilya Tapora. He's pretty good.
So nasty.
Yeah. Who else? Kamaru Usman's pretty good. I like watching him.
You don't think Usman's gonna do anything to Islam?
I don't think so.
He's maybe like prime Usman.
I know.
Maybe.
Still no. I know on paper.
Still no.
Yeah. It's just hard, man. Islam is just next level. I know on paper, people probably gonna think, oh, Usman's a good wrestler. He's gonna be able to take down Islam. He's gonna stop the wrestling. But after seeing that speed, man, and just the footwork, yeah, it's not gonna happen, man. Because a lot of people don't understand, man. There's different levels to wrestling. People think just because a fighter is a good wrestler, his wrestling is the same as another fighter. For example, when Islam was gonna fight Jack, everybody was making a prediction off of what Jack did with Bilal Muhammad. And I'm like, yo, those are two different guys, two different kind of wrestling, two different everything. You can't make a judgment off of that. Because they were like, oh, Jack was able to stop Bilal's wrestling.
That's a good point.
But who gives a fuck? That's two different guys, two different everything. Doesn't matter
animals.
what he did with the other guy.
Yeah. There was a while, it's not the case now, but there was a while every male UFC champion came from a wrestling background. It was, I forget who was at 125. It might have been Merab. No, Aljamain.
At 125?
No, he was 135. Cejudo.
What year are we talking about, though?
This was a couple years ago. Because it was like Cejudo, Aljamain.
And so everybody a wrestling background?
Everyone had a wrestling background. 45, I guess 45 was Volkanovski, so that's not a wrestling background.
Yeah, I don't think we ever had everybody a wrestling background.
But yeah, 55 was Islam, 70 was Usman. It wasn't Adesanya at 85, it was someone else. But yeah, and then it was like John, and then maybe Cormier at heavyweight. I forget who it was, but it was a while. It was a few years ago. But like,
but you said Islam and John. When John was a 205 champion, Islam wasn't a champion yet.
Maybe it was Khabib then.
Yeah, that sounds more like
Yeah. But it was one of those things where I was like, damn, wrestling is really taking over. And it still is. Like, it's still, like you said, I think that's the best base for a fighter.
Man, that's what I think. And if any MMA fighters watching this, and you get into MMA, dedicate your time into wrestling, man. Find your nearest high school wrestling team. Train with them. Don't go to these little jiu-jitsu classes on wrestling. Don't go to these little MMA classes on wrestling. Start from the fucking bottom. Because that's how you can do it. Go to a high school wrestling gym. Get with those guys. Learn everything from the very bottom and work your way up. That's how you're gonna have clean wrestling. You're gonna have wrestling everything. Like, because a lot of guys, they feel like, oh, let me just work on my takedowns in MMA. Nah, man. You want the purest of the purists.
Mm-hmm.
Same for jiu-jitsu, man. A lot of MMA fighters, they always avoiding jiu-jitsu classes, which is so funny to me. Because when they get rear naked choke, they can be, oh, man, I really need to start working on my jiu-jitsu. Nah, man, you need to come to jiu-jitsu class.
Yeah.
There's fucking 7 days in a week. Why you can't dedicate 2 of those days to jiu-jitsu? Why not?
Yeah.
Stop being so obsessed with fucking striking and running around on your feet. You got to learn everything. You're fighting MMA. You want to be prepared in every single position. What are you going to do when you're going up against another grappler? Oh, now you start grappling in the camp? That's not good enough. Grappling 2-3 months before your fight don't mean you're going to stop a NCAA wrestler because you brought in some wrestlers and you've been wrestling for 2-3 months. No, you got to start from the freaking very beginning. Because those guys that's good at those skills, they've been doing it from the very beginning. They didn't just wake up, start MMA, and got good at it. They've been doing it from birth.
Right. Yeah, they came from wrestling to MMA.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if you want to be successful at MMA, build up your wrestling.
Yeah. 2-3 years Dagestan, forget.
There you go. Yeah. If you gotta do that, do that. Especially while you're young and you could go through all those damn drills like me right now, man. My knees will start hurting. No, I'm good. Sorry, Khabib, I'm good.
Sorry, Khabib, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, fuck, Usman's knees are shot. Bro, I saw videos, and again, this was probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but videos of him and Michael Chandler going at it. Mm-hmm. Bro, that is some of the most intense, like, again, obviously no striking, it was just a wrestling match. But dude, it was like so acrobatic. Like these guys are like flipping over each other and just rolling. I'm like, good God, that hurts just to watch.
Yeah. I don't know Usman knees. It's like people, I think that's a rumor actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I don't know who saw it. I feel like at some point, every MMA fighter knee is going to hurt.
Yeah.
That don't mean they just have terrible knees. It just means your knee's fucked up right now. You just need to rest it and heal it.
Yeah. That's everybody.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I know when John beat Chael Sonnen and he had that like broken, open, dislocated toe.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit still fucks with him. Like he still tapes it like to this day, like when he's training. And that's a toe. So I can't imagine how bad like fucking knees and shit hurt from wrestling.
Yeah, I had a situation like that too. I was having a MMA fight, an amateur MMA fight, and I don't know what the hell happened. My knee kind of buckled, kind of almost felt like it slipped out of place. That kind of feeling like the meniscus. And it got recovered and everything, but till this day, like I still think about it. I feel like I have terrible balance now because I'm always trying to stay on my dominant leg. You know what I mean? Because I'm so worried about like the knee thing happening again.
Damn.
So it's a
shit stays.
It's a real thing, you know.
Yeah, that was another thing I thought because after my last Muay Thai fight, I got offered to do an MMA fight, an amateur MMA fight, and I never liked the idea of having open gloves because I've had 2 surgeries on this thumb from baseball, and I was like, man, I don't know if I want this thumb to be able to like move like that. I like it kind of being locked in a boxing glove. And I kind of like you're talking about. I told the fight promoter, I was like, she hit me up for like the spring card. This was Albuquerque. It was the Southwest Fight Series. And I was like, hit me up for the summer card. I was like, give me like 6 months to train some grappling, which probably still would not have been near enough for sure. Unless they gave me another striker. But that was COVID. So she hit me up for like the April card. And I was like, well, hit me up for the summer card. And then March came and COVID hit and nothing happened. I never got that MMA fight.
Yeah, I remember that card.
Yeah.
It was the one for Las Cruces?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, at the time, that's all we had out there, just that one promotion.
Southwest Fight Series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, son. Throwback, yo. That's all we had, man. That's literally all we had. Cause like I said, we didn't have all these opportunities. Like guys that's coming from where we at in El Paso, Albuquerque, unless you was like a big pro and you fighting for like LFA or something. All we had was just our little local stuff, you know?
Yeah. Southwest Fight Series, King of the Cage. Then they started to bring in a small like kickboxing one called Nowhere to Run.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Dude, that ring was like the size of this room. That was like the whole point, was like nowhere to run. Like
this is pretty much a good space to fight. You show us the size of this room?
Dude, it might have been a little smaller, honestly.
It gotta be smaller.
Yeah, it was like a 10 by 10 like ring, dude. And you see, especially when they're like bringing like some heavyweights.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, there's nowhere to go in this little ring, which again was
the point.
Yeah, that was the point. Like it was like fighting in a phone booth. Yeah, Albuquerque did some wild shit. It was cool, man. It was cool to become an MMA fan in that city, because like you said, it kind of was like the hot spot for a while, especially because like the altitude. Like a lot of fighters, like Overeem would come, but he'd bring a lot of his own coaches, which would kind of rub people at JW the wrong way. Why would it rub them the wrong way?
Yeah,
egos. You know, people want, like, I want to coach that guy. I want to coach that guy. But like Overeem just wanted to be there for the altitude and the bodies.
I mean, I don't see what's the problem with bringing your own coach. I feel like that's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
You want to have when you're in fight camp, you want to have the guys that have been with you all year. What are you doing in fight camp with a brand new coach? Especially if that's not the person that's going to be in your corner.
Especially Overeem coming from like a significant combat background before even getting into MMA, because he's like a kickboxing champ, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, of course, like he has his own coaches, but I know, like I said, it kind of rubs some people the wrong way, because like, oh, if Overeem's coming to our camp, we want to coach him.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know how it works, but I'm pretty sure if dudes is coming to the gym using their resources, it probably some kind of payment they paying, maybe.
I'm sure.
Right. So if dudes is paying, who gives a fuck, man?
Yeah.
Let them train.
I agree. I mean, that's
and it benefits everybody. One, it makes the gym look better. You got a name like Overeem there. Two, your guys have a high level training partner. You know, everybody's benefiting.
Yeah. And also, you have another coach that you can like pick up from. Like if Overeem's bringing in his own guys, like why not listen to what his coach is telling him? Be like, oh, that makes a little more sense than what I've been hearing. Not obviously, Greg Jackson is regarded as one of the best minds in MMA. A guy that never competed, but like highly respected. Winklejohn, depends on who you ask. But like, yeah, why not have another high level coach in there just to hear? Also, hey, maybe get him a class like while he's in here, like have him run a striking class or something. Like, if he's bringing in that well of knowledge, why not dip into it?
Yeah, a lot of MMA fighters and gyms, like, they close-minded, man. They got this freaking cult personality,
Yeah. I feel like Winklejohn was big like that. Greg Jackson, again, I always had really good interaction with him. He seemed like a very nice, like, open dude.
Yeah.
But Winklejohn would, like, be like, well, who the hell is this guy? I remember I came in because I trained at Latrell Yee. Latrell and Winklejohn, like, butted heads. And he like didn't want me in there as just as a strength coach. Like I'm just in here watching the guys that I'm doing work for. Yeah. Like these guys are paying me.
Yeah.
And he like didn't want me in there. And he didn't want our strength and conditioning facility to train guys from Latrell Yee MMA. And then he found out I was from Latrell Yee MMA, and he snuck around like to the backside where I was standing. He's like, hey, if you ever want to come in here and train, like, man, we'd be happy to have you in here. I'm like, no, thank you. Also, Jackson Wink stunk, dude. It smelled bad in there. It smelled like piss. And it's a huge facility. It is massive. They have dorm rooms in there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your former teammates not going to be happy with you saying this.
Oh, they probably agree. Yeah. Also, man, I don't know too many dudes that still train there, to be honest with you. Winklejohn's not like the friendliest guy to like be around. They brought in a new GM. There's like a kind of a Russian guy, if I'm not mistaken. His name was Misha. But that's like when Cowboy stopped going there. John Jones stopped going there. But Greg Jackson would still work with those guys, but just outside of Jackson Wink. But
okay,
yeah. But then they got like Aaron Pico that came in there. But he's more working with. Do you ever mess around with Brandon Gibson? I know he's come to 10th Planet a couple times.
That name sounds familiar too.
Six Gun. He's a big striking coach. He worked.
Oh yeah. He been at Tempe before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Aaron Pico came in and was working with him. I'll be curious to see how he comes back from that pretty bad knockout.
I mean, he got many pretty bad knockouts, and
he's young, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. And that last fight that he had, he looked good too, man. Everybody was excited to have him, and that was his first UFC fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was excited to have him there, but I don't know. As a coach, as a friend, what do you tell a guy like that that's so young, that's constantly taking these crazy knockouts? Like, what do you tell him? Do you tell him to hang it up?
I don't know, man.
Like what more can he change? You know what I mean? Like that's his style. He want to go out there. He want to bang.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell him to be more defensive, pick your shots more, move around. Like that's just him. That's his whole identity. He wants to go out there, swing for the fences.
Which is wild because he's such a nasty wrestler.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he had like a pedigree in wrestling. He was like a prodigy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn.
Yeah, and the fact that he wants to like stand there and bang, because I know he did boxing with a famous boxing coach for a while in California. But like his bread and butter is wrestling.
You know what I think it is? And I hope this don't happen to Bo Nickal. I think a lot of these wrestlers come to MMA, and once they get their first knockout, they like that feeling. They just chase it because a lot of people don't want to win off of just holding guy down and wrestling. People want that KO.
They want the highlight.
So I think once these guys get a taste of that, they build up their whole mindset, their whole muscle memory off of that. They just want to strike and just keep getting that KO.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. Especially like, I feel like also some of these guys want to show that they're a well-rounded MMA fighter and they don't want to be pigeonholed as like just a wrestler.
Right. Because even think about that last Bo Nickal fight, I feel like if he really wanted to, he could have shot some doubles.
For sure.
But the guy want to strike. He want to show people he can strike.
Yeah, got a highlight. But also, man, DeRenner, kind of exposed him. Not exposed him, but just like showed him what real striking looked like.
I mean, I think it was just a case of a better guy went against a lesser guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody got exposed, because if that's the case, we can't. Every time somebody lose, we can't say they got exposed.
For sure.
Somebody just got beat up. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Rainier de Ritter is he's a good grappler too. But man, his striking's nasty. And whereas in Bo Nickal, like he's still becoming a good striker. Like we said, he's had some good knockouts or TKOs. But yeah, de Ritter is like a elite like striker, but his grappling's pretty sick too.
Yeah.
But he just got beat up on the ground. He threw in the towel. Did you watch that fight?
No, I didn't see that.
He was exhausted, dude. He was getting bullied on the ground, and he didn't. I think to come out for the 5th round or 4th round, like he's like, nah, I can't get off my stool. And so his corner threw in the towel.
Oh shit! You gotta look that up.
Yeah, dude, it was the first time I've seen it in a UFC fight. But I mean, also it kind of made sense, dude. He had a hard time getting off the mat at the end of each round. He won the first round, and then second, third, and I think it was a main event. So I think it was a 5-round fight. Like at the end of each round, he'd lay on the mat for a little bit. Yeah. And the ref would be like, hey, if you can't get up, we're going to call it. And then he'd like peel himself off the mat and kind of stumble over to his corner. He was exhausted.
Yeah, then again, we really don't know like what's going on the other side of things, Or we could just watch from what we see and just assume like, oh, he quit, he was getting out work. But we really don't know what it was. I feel like a lot of these guys, they come into these MMA fights already injured, already fucked up. And they just need that check, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they already pre-spend it already, you know what I mean? They know it's coming. They already started, oh, I'm gonna do this. So it's like, shit, man, if I don't fight, like I'm not gonna get that money. I already mentally spend it already. I need that money. So I think they go out there and they just like, fuck it, I'm gonna Hail Mary this shit and see what happens. Maybe I get lucky and win, or maybe not, but I need that money.
Yeah, right. Might get that fight bonus. I need the at least the show money.
Yeah.
I also feel like, and I've talked about this before, but some guys show up injured and then claim the injury happened in the fight to get the UFC's insurance to pay for it. Like I've seen like stuff like that where I'm like, man, I feel like he came in beat up.
I'm sure a lot of people do that, man. It's kind of hard to tell too, right?
Yeah, especially for younger fighters. Like these guys aren't working a job, like a corporate job that provides them health insurance. Yeah. Like most of them are bouncing at night or whatever. And so like they don't have regular benefits like that. So to come in and like, hopefully the fight promotion will like cover your injury, but like I've seen that before, and I'm like, that's really interesting. But that's the fight game.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. I mean, you putting your body on the line. They making more money off of you than you making off of them.
No, without a doubt.
Least they could do is fucking pay a little insurance.
Yeah, get you stitched up.
Yeah, at least.
So you said Main Character's got something coming up in February at Dallas Fort Worth. Do you have like your 2026 calendar like planned out already? Like what's going on with that?
I'm supposed to say yes, but I'm gonna tell you no. And the reason for that is like, once again, like this is still, a lot of people don't know, but this is still a hobby to me. You know what I mean? I operate a lot off of inspiration. If I'm not inspired, I'm just not doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck. Like I need to be inspired. And the inspiration usually comes from like whoever the main event is. If I could book like a really good main event, it's gonna fire me up and then just gonna have me, do everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't book nothing in advance because I just need to be inspired.
Sure.
I just can't, because this is a hobby. I'm not gonna force myself to put on a show that takes all my energy, all my time, my everything if I'm not inspired.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the last thing you want to do, right? Is like half-ass a card. Like, all right, I already booked this card. Now let me try to fill it just because I already have it booked. Like, that's a terrible way to go about it.
Because like I told you, like another reason why I don't want to be a gym owner, I'm just too passionate about this. The stuff I do, I'm too passionate about. If my name is on it, I'm going to give it 100% passion. Just everything's in it. And if I'm not, motivated or inspired, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. And are you competing yourself anytime soon?
Yeah. I got a competition coming up in December. There's a IBJJF World Tournament that only happens once a year.
Oh, sick.
So it's pretty big, pretty important. So I'll be taking part in that.
Nice. Where's that at?
I think it's gonna be in Vegas, Las Vegas.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like becoming like the combat scene, like mecca.
I feel like Vegas has always been the
Well, it's
spot.
really big for boxing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, sick, man. You got anything else to add? You got some more to throw out there?
Nah, not really, man. Just let's get ready for the new year.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's gonna be a good year. I'm excited to see like what's going on with like the scene, the jiu-jitsu scene here in Austin, here in Texas in general. And then, like I said, I'm me being more on I get more of like my fulfillment on the MMA side because I don't do a ton of like pure strength and conditioning for jiu-jitsu guys. I do a lot for like MMA dudes.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious to see like, what's coming because there's so many big names here for jiu-jitsu. Like Gordon Ryan was going to Albuquerque to train with John Jones. Like how long is it before like some of these big names start coming out to like train with him or train with Danaher? Obviously a lot of guys are training with Danaher. So it's very curious, very intriguing to think about like what's coming.
I think they've low-key been a few UFC fighters out here training, but they just don't make a big thing out of it, you know what I mean? You just got to know they there.
Yeah.
And when they there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to say it was Jessica Chastain was the girl from Dallas, and she came out here to do a little bit of training. I was supposed to do some strength and conditioning for her at On It, and we were in contact with each other, but she had something come up and didn't come through. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Rory McDonald was out here training with Danaher for a while when he was in PFL.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Whatever happened to that guy? I forgot all about him.
I think he might be trying to make a comeback. He stopped. He said he kind of lost the passion, kind of like you're talking about. Like he just wasn't. He's like, if I'm not passionate about it right now, like I'm going to take a step back. But man, he was one of my favorites to watch for a long time.
That guy must be good financially, man, because the money usually a good motivator. He must be good.
Well, yeah, I think he got paid pretty well by PFL. I can't like drop numbers. I don't know.
If I remember correctly, didn't he win the $1 million tournament at one point?
He might have. I don't know. I know he was a champ in Bellator for a little while. And I don't know how well Bellator pays compared to like the UFC.
Yeah.
But I think he might have won the $1 million tournament. So yeah, I mean, and also, I'm sure in Canada he's kind of a bigger deal, like more like.
Oh, is that where he live in Canada?
He's from Canada, yeah. Because I was just thinking, everyone's like, oh, he's the next GSP when he was coming.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They was calling him the next GSP.
Yeah, and I think he might have trained. Well, I mean, if he was training with Danaher, he probably trained with GSP quite a bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, GSP was in Albuquerque for a little bit. I mean, that was before like my time training fighters, but yeah, he was in Albuquerque for a little bit.
When John had long hair.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a minute.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I appreciate you coming on. Why don't you tell people where to find you on Instagram or whatever social medias you want to shout out there?
What camera I'm looking at?
Let's look at this one.
Hey, check it out. You can follow me on Instagram at RatedR10P. That's RatedR10P. Keep an eye out for me 2026, my individual competition career, and keep an eye out for Main Character Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice. What's the Instagram handle for Main Character?
You can follow Main Character Jiu-Jitsu at Main Character JJ, or just type in MCJJ.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. I'm excited to see that, dude, because again, you guys look like you put on a real good promotion compared to some of these other like younger ones. Like you guys have like a good production.
Like I said, man, it's all about just being obsessed, man. If your name is, it's just something about being a New Yorker, man. Like New Yorkers, we take things seriously when our name is on, because we don't want to look stupid, you know what I mean? New Yorkers, they care too much about looking dumb.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of effort into everything we do because we just don't want to fail and just be that person that failed, you know?
Yeah. I respect that, dude, because that's the way it should be. If you're going to put your name on something, like you should do it right. And I love the idea behind Main Character, because like you should be the main character of your story. Like we're not out here being a bunch of NPCs. Like, yeah, say what you want to say, do what you want to do, flip off where you want to flip off. Like you are the main character. Fuck everything else.
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, I love that.
Also, jiu-jitsu just boring, man. I wanted motherfuckers to have fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's relax. You don't gotta be tense. Just have fun. Win or lose. You came out, you have fun, you got some good content, you talk some shit, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
Do y'all do gi or just no gi?
Just no gi.
No gi. Yeah, I feel like no gi is more fun. Like I feel like gi like tends to be like the stuffier types.
Yeah, you know, slows down the action a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a little bit of gi at Gracie Baja, and it's like rock climbing. I'm just like stuck here afterwards.
Yeah, it's crazy sometimes.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, again, I appreciate you coming on. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been the Lions Pit podcast. Shout out to Set. That is getset.co, the new nicotine alternative pouches. Give them a shout out. And then also shout out to correctlife.com. That's correct with a K. Aubrey Marcus's new supplement line. They got electrolytes. They got ketones. Give them a shout. Correctlife.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll check y'all out next time.
Peace.